Yeah. I want to thank y'all for yeah, yeah, yeah. I want to thank y'all for watching that live stream interview with Mr. Fountain. Um, I want to thank George Golden. All right, I'm thanking him for the support. Um, Queen Sunkiss, I thank you for that as well, and Brown Ellie. Uh, yeah, I thank y'all for the support I received. Um, and also some subs I got off from that live stream as well. So yeah, that's mainly the gist um of this live stream. Thank y'all for the support. Um, I'm glad though Aaron exposed the manosphere dropped by yet to make another appearance. I hope that uh we see more of him. That I see more of him. That was his first book, and I am for a person who just started writing books. I am impressed by the knowledge that was in his that was in his 270 pages. Um, yeah, 270 pages, the real meat of the book. But if you add it with the index and the plate apex and the index, that's another uh man. Yeah, it goes for another 100 and yeah, another 120 pages of index and reference points. And he did a lot of research on his book. Because I'm still reading the organizations that are still the underground newspapers, um, the um, Chicago, Pennsylvania, Philly organizations. All these little organizations here or there, news stories, and this is a correct way that a YouTuber, if y'all really want to write a book, right? This is a right way of doing a book. Um, the person actually went out there and actually traveled and um talked to the people who was in the book. So yeah, what's going on, Femi? What's going on with you? So yeah, so this is really is uh informative, and I'm still reading some of this. I'm still reading some of the book because I locked myself in the room yesterday. Um, yeah, it's still well, it's still Sunday, but it's 11 o'clock. You know, but all Saturday when I got this book, I locked myself in the room and I read much of this because I really want to get this interview done and some of the footage, the violence that was committed on black students in Cleveland, the Collinwood incident 65 and 67, the um, what happened in Germantown in North Philly, the violence, um, and how the high school students band together, the black and Latino students banded together to fight not only their own school but the white supremacists within their own city. Um, I think some of this, I think what I wish I would ask Aaron this. Um, I wish I would ask Aaron that he should do a documentary on this. And I'm gonna go ahead and email him, and I'm gonna ask him, hey, would you be um would he be um interested in doing follow up as a documentary? Because I think some of this things that he said has been hidden. Some of the files he said, I think that he went to the files and help me if I'm correct, help me if I'm wrong. I think he went to Albuquerque, New Mexico, and he got shut out of certain places when researching the book. So I hope that this will give him some more. Um, I hope this will give him some more morality and hopefully a um, yeah, hopefully he get some more attention off this book. Um, and the book is from the University of the publisher, I should say. The publisher is from the University of North Carolina Press. Um, yeah, so I'm reading more and more of this book. Yeah, some of the violence that was committed. What's going on, Queen? What's going on with you? Oh, you want to put the that? Hold on, let me put the chat room up. Let me put the chat room up. Um, yeah, ain't much going on. Oh yeah, Stanley, Stanley. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I was late at MOT's um live stream, so yeah, I'm thinking that I should. It's cold down here, man. It's cold. It's cold, man. I was kind of surprised, man. I'm over here in my shorts and shirt. Walked outside. I'm freezing down here. I have little sniffles too, though. It's cold down here, man. Got the heat on, so it's cold down here in Texas, man. But yeah. See, stuff like this needs to be talked about. This book this book based on an interview with Aaron Fountain, Exposed Manosphere. Um, I'm still reading some of this book. Um, I did ask him how come it's only class race. Hold on, let me see. Let me see. Hold on, because he broke it down in three different sections. Um, yeah, hold on. Let me see. He broke it down in three different sections. One's surveillance. I didn't talk much on the surveillance part, but he talked about the politics and the racial part, and talking about the surveillance. But I didn't talk much on the surveillance because it's more um you know the surveillance part is more unsettling to me because there's a lot of people who don't know about um there's a lot of people who don't know about the um what the FBI and the CIA and NSA was, you're prying into the parents of the student of the high school students who was protesting, and he still is waiting for he actually issue out a public of information, what's it called, what you call when you try to apply for information, um I think from Library of Congress or something, I forgot what it's called. um and he's still waiting for that, so it never came because there's a lot of logging. um I hope I got that part right, but yeah. The weather change. Yeah, 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 man. I have the I have the sniffles right now. So yeah, I'm just reading this. Hopefully I get some more people to interview. For the down the line. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. The FOIA. Yes. 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 But however, um, the references itself, again, the references is 120 pages of references for this, for this book. And yeah, you got all the student led organizations, and um the student unions, the police force, the undercover FBI, government agencies that was prying into the students. Uh, the Freedom of Information Act. Thank you. Freedom of Information and Act request. Yes, yes, yes. Um, but yeah, um, yeah. So hope I get more things like that happening further down the road. More interviews like this. Um, yeah. So yeah. Um, I'm gonna get off of here. Thank y'all for coming. Um, I really want to say something else, but I'm still. Um, let's say I'm still pissed. Okay. Um, I'm pissed about last week because Trinity Time Travel's got no fucking business on my channel. Okay. She got no business on my channel. Uh, that really jeopardized my channel. That bullshit her ass was doing. Now, when I looked at the email of the report, and I looked at the timestamp that was in the video, that's on the live stream, as well the timing of the email. Somebody did it exactly when she was over here. So I didn't receive the email until later. I didn't look at the email rather until later on. Well, it's the attempt, Queen. It's the attempt. See, yes, you may not got me. I mean, the person may not have got me. It's just the attempt to do it is pissing me off. It's the attempt. Okay, that's what I'm pissed off about. It's the attempt. you know, I'm just saying. I'm sorry, Queen. I'm sorry, Queen. It's just the attempt to do it. But I'll try to calm down. I'll try to calm down. I mean, um, it's um, no, Queen. I'm not mad at you. I ain't mad at you. It's just that I smell a conspiracy. So I'm trying to get somebody else to interview this person, their email addresses, and it's really getting on my fucking nerves. You know, um, is somebody who is important when it comes to Black history, um, and I don't understand why some people who are running for office, um, you need to practice your question. Well, I have written down last night. I've written them down. 'Cause I got 2 pages, and then when he answered, even though I've written them down, some of the questions I asked was already answered. You know, so that's why I kind of went on to another. That's why I asked some additional questions because I was, hold on, how many questions I asked? One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, um, 9, 10. I got 10 questions, and then he already answered it. Hold on, hold on. You people are insane. Y'all do this to a white man. Hold on. Let me see what's on this YouTube. Let's see what's on this YouTube right here, real quick. What that did to a white man? What happened? Let's see what they do to a white man. Hold on. I saw they got rid of somebody in white folks down here are acting funny about Jasmine Crockett though. What's going on, Auntie? I appreciate the support. But white folks acting crazy about Jasmine Crockett. It's getting weird. I don't know. I don't know how to describe it, but it's weird. It's not like um I don't know. It's weird. I don't know. It's weird. It's weird to me. I see videos on Facebook, videos on Instagram. Oh yeah, I voted for Jasmine. Or I voted for Talrico. I voted for yay. Like why are y'all making videos of who y'all voted for? Why are you trying to let us know who you voted for? I voted for Talrico. I voted for Crockett. And why are y'all making videos of this? What's so important? Now, I mean, so listen to this white man. Hold on. Let me see what Queen talking about. Hold on. Let me show him. Let me show him. Yeah. They're talking about this white man right here. Look like he came from the what's that group from the 1980s? Um, Andy Garcia. What's that Garcia guy? He played the anyway, yeah, with them long hair, look like he came from a metal rock band.
Good ones. I was there with Senator Wendy Davis when she had to concede her gubernatorial race.
Wendy Davis was the worst person to run. Come on, this woman had no business be run for governor. I'm gonna tell you why. You don't. You married a man. The man paid for your law school degree. Paid for your law school. And you divorced the man after he paid you your way to Harvard. So a lot of men got so pissed off about that. And then they went to her husband trying to tell her about, well, are you going to support her or not? And he said, yeah. But anyway, that was her ex-husband. But that looked, you know what? I see why some men become red and pill. Y'all want to know why some men become red pill because of Wendy Davis. But anyway, let's keep it moving. Y'all don't know about that. You know.
To that evil asshole Greg Abbott when the wrong man won again. I later interviewed Wendy Davis on my channel because I admire what she did as a senator. She is, in my mind, a heroic figure, and the event that made her famous was emotive and engaging. Likewise, I rallied with Beto O'Rourke when he ran against the villainous idiot Ted Cruz.
Oh God. Oh God. The Grateful Dead. Thank you. Thank you. The Grateful Dead. Yes. Yes, the Grateful Dead. He looks like the lead on the Grateful Dead. Man, and T. I didn't catch up on white artists, white, especially rock and roll artists. The luxury bucket list. What's going on with you? How you're doing? You know. Anyway, oh, Big J, you sound like a Republican. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Beto, I voted for Beto, okay? And Beto, he, he, he wears emotions on his sleeve. When, you know what? I'm going to leave that alone, all right? We're going to leave that alone. Hold on. Who is this? Who is this bucket list person? Oh, you're looking good. Okay. You're cute. Okay. I like that. I like that. Yeah, life is short. It's more important to live, love, and laugh while you can. Okay. Shout out to you and your husband. All right. Shout out to you and your husband. Uh, yeah, I'm being nosy, y'all. I'm being nosy. Forgive me for being nosy. Luxury but bucket list. I'm being nosy. I'm sorry. You know. Yeah. Let's see here.
Where Beto held the lead in a close race all the way until the last few minutes and barely lost right at the very end.
Yeah, he almost won. That was like what 1.5, 1.7 percentage points difference. And it's against Ted Cruz. So I think Ted Cruz is running for president right now. So it'll be interesting.
It's hard for me to imagine how anyone could intentionally, consciously, and deliberately vote for a serial failure like Ted Cruz.
Oh yeah, you know why? I tell you why. Because oh wait, hold on. She said I'm nosier. Oof. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. But anyway, I just yeah. But going back to the Ted Cruz thing, right? No, the reason why Ted Cruz keep being elected is because he's Cuban, and Cuban has a rivalry with Hispanic Mexicans, with Texas Mexicans, and because there's a tension between Mexicans and Cubans. Now, those of y'all who don't live in a Hispanic community, like in South Texas, there is animosity uh, between the Mexican community and that of the Cuban community. There's animus. Same way as there's animus between the Puerto Rican community and the Cuban community. I think based on their politics, the Cuban Revolution of 1960. That's part of that fed into the narrative. So Ted Cruz is used because Ted Cruz is the white quote unquote Hispanic, or he's the good Hispanic compared to um, and so forth, right? So, all right. Oh, she says she okay. Let's see. So anyway, I'm not gonna be here very long. Um, does she still make content? You go over there and look. You go, listen. I'm nosy. I'm nosy real quick. I gotta be nosy. Uh, yeah. Luxury bucket list. So it's just you and your husband. Um, a year ago. Okay, just did a live stream. Your last live was a year ago. I'm assuming. Okay. God damn. I see why your husband married you. I see why why man you got caught why like your husband snatched you. I see that now. Ooh, oof, oof. Let me stop. Let me stop sharing that. Yeah, let me stop looking at that. Man, oof. Yeah, let me stop that. Let me stop that. Wait a minute. What happened to my comments? Okay. Um. Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, I understand. I understand. Oh, hold on. You already played the video? Hold on. Okay, let me play the video. Oh, excuse me. Play the white man. Okay. Let's play the Grateful Dead. Okay, let's play the Grateful Dead video. Anyway, let's keep it moving, man. Oh shit.
And now, the disappointing situation is that out of a red sea of religious right, Republican, conservative, fascist fundamentalists, we have two really good Democratic candidates, and both of them progressives. The downside is that they have to run against each other. So I have to choose between them.
Wait a minute. That room in the background, that looked like an office I've been into before. That looked like an office I've been in before. Mahogany wood and shit, mahogany and ebony mixture. Yeah, very dark, mysterious type of office. I'm trying to remember which office that was. Anyway, let me keep it moving.
That's not fair. I testified before the state house a couple of times, objecting to things like censoring evolution in public schools or putting the Ten Commandments up in our classrooms. James Tallarico was one of the Congress to hear my testimony, and I remember him replying positively both times. He and I were on the same page, I'm happy to say. When the Texas State Board of Education was again trying to sneak different forms of religious instruction into our science and social studies classrooms, there was a secular rally and press conference held in the same building. And that's where I got to talk to Tallarico in person, and I praised him for his commitment to secular activism. I've never met Jasmine Crockett, though I tried. I could.
I know it's a green screen, but there's an office. There's an office. It looked almost like this, but only difference is the couches and the windows are different. But well, anyway, I'm talking. Yeah. I like dark rooms like this, though. By the way, I like dark rooms like this, though. Maybe because I'm weird like that. But anyway, keep it moving.
Didn't seem to schedule anything in range. I lived just barely outside of her district then. And
what happened to my internet?
But Republicans are so afraid of her that they redistricted the Dallas area so that she doesn't even have a district anymore. That's the only way they could get her out of Congress. I can see why. She's fun to watch as she tears into the opposition side of the aisle. She was a litigator and public defender with a Juris Doctorate since 2007. In 2010, she started her own law firm focusing on civil rights and even defending protesters like Black Lives Matter activists pro bono until she got into Congress, where her passion for the rights of humanity shines. So I have to choose between two great candidates, both of them progressives in conservative Texas, one of America's most regressive states. And they're up against a pair of repressive ideologues, the repugnant incumbent Senator John Cornyn and the even more evil Attorney General Ken Paxton, who is polling in the lead at the moment.
Do not sleep on Wesley Hunt. Do not sleep on Wesley Hunt. I'm going to say it's going to be scary if Wesley Hunt gets into the runoff, because guaranteed on the Republican side there's going to be a runoff. Cornyn or Paxton going to lose. Either way, now if it's Cornyn might survive, right? If Cornyn survive the process, no, let's say Cornyn becomes second, right? Against Paxton. My opinion of this fluctuates. So it might change on a daily basis. So I'm not being so I'm not being so I don't want nobody to say I'm being hypocritical. But looking at how it looks to me, if Cornyn survives the primary and enters into the runoff against Paxton, I think that Cornyn might survive. I said might. It might be a little bit, but if Cornyn loses and it's Cornyn against Wesley Hunt going to win. Okay, I'm and that's on the basis of Paxton being so corrupt. You know, that's probably the only thing I can sit there and say. And and then Wesley Hunt being Black MAGA. A Wesley Hunt versus Crockett election, I'm worried about that. I think me and Queen talked about this earlier, but anyway, let's keep it moving though.
Cornyn is just a toad, a dog trained to do as his overlords tell him, regardless what his constituents say. I know that from experience, trying to meet with the man. And one of the overlords,
what happened?
Pulling his string is Ken Paxton, who has no more use for Cornyn as a minion, and he is now coming after Cornyn's job. Ken Paxton is a MAGA minion and an election denier who, as Texas Attorney General in 2020, used our tax money to sue to try to get votes thrown out of other states to return Trump to power. His staff accused him of pressuring them to do favors for a large donor because corruption reigns supreme in the Republican Party anymore. And this resulted in his impeachment, but not a conviction in the Texas State House, because Republicans will not convict criminals on
okay. Let's stop right there. Yes, he is correct. Ken Paxton sued the state of Georgia and I want to say the state of Arizona over their own elections. I'm sitting there like, wait a minute. So you try to overturn the 2020 election by suing Georgia and Arizona for the election results. What other state would do that to sue another state over election results? That's none of your business. It was none of your business. Anyways, keep it moving. He's right about that part.
Their own side of the aisle, because they're not about justice. They're about power. If we want to end the never-ending fuckery that is the Trump administration, and if we ever want that to be checked, then Paxton is the wrongest person to have in the Senate. So we have to choose between Tallarico and Crockett. Some endorsements have already given Tallarico the advantage with what Jasmine says is a dog whistle about electability. I've heard a couple of Republicans criticize Democrats as if it's our fault that we have Trump, on the excuse that Dems should have known better than to think that a black woman could win against a white man. The people who say that have obviously revealed more about themselves than they meant to. And they're just making excuses so that they don't have to admit why they voted for a criminally corrupt, incompetent, immoral monster. Because, religious right conservatives will do anything to avoid accountability. And Texas already had a female governor, and we're only talking about the Senate. So get over all that. I don't want to have to choose between Tallarico and Crockett, but given that I have to make that choice, then I can't help but think that she would be the better choice. I realize, opinions vary, and that's fine, but I have my reasons, and here are a couple of them. One of them is in the debate between them, I thought that every one of her answers were better than his. And several times he didn't really answer at all. He kept saying we should have this or that law that we already have. He didn't give an answer as to what he would specifically do in each case. And he talks too much about his faith. Like, his primary point is, look at me, I'm a good Christian who cares for the poor and loves his neighbor and feeds the hungry, like Jesus said, as opposed to all the Gott mit uns Republicans who criticize Jesus for being too woke. But while I admit that we need that contrast and confrontation in our political spectrum right now, I don't care about anyone's faith. If you cite religious belief as the sole reason for any action or policy, then you still haven't given a reason. The reasoning must be secular, science-based, something that really matters because it's objectively real and made of matter, something with practical application in the real world. Crockett is a Christian too, the daughter of a preacher even. She went to religious schools, but she's not all about that. She didn't bring up God or Jesus once in their debate, where she could have. But Tallarico focuses too much on that, where she's more secular. Beyond that, I don't think I have any issue with Tallarico. Between the two candidates, both would be good. I think one would be better, and I think that would be Crockett. However, once I posted that I had voted for Crockett, out came the critics who really need to correct their rhetoric. The first complaint on social media was how she's supposedly a standard Democrat, where Tallarico was the only progressive. Remember that in their debate, Tallarico said that his politics and hers were the same. So they're both progressives. They're not one that's standard or whatever. Though I do need to point out an exception, that Crockett wants Medicare for all, like I do. Tallarico wants something close to that, but where we would still have medical insurance companies involved. And instead of being free, it would be affordable. Remember how affordable the Affordable Care Act was back when it was affordable, back before the Republicans fucked it all up? Wouldn't it be nice to have something better than that? And one of the comments on my post said that Crockett supports genocide in Israel simply because she visited Israel at the expense of apparently some Israeli donor. But that doesn't mean that you support genocide or Netanyahu.
What's her name? Ian Berkeley been going off on I sub to Ian Berkeley. She's a Palestinian rights activist. She been going off on Crockett a couple months ago. She kind of simmered down a bit, but yeah, she was going off. She's like a white woman who wear the Palestinian hair garb. The black white pattern, the black on white pattern garb. Yeah, she always wear that as a scarf around her neck. Yeah, she been going off on Jasmine Crockett, and since she has calmed the fuck down a bit, she's a radical anyway. Let's keep it moving.
I had a chance to go to Israel years ago, paid for by Israelis. And I would have gone, even though I would have been unapologetic about any injustices that I might have seen even then. Accepting money from AIPAC, which she did not, and there's public record to prove that she didn't. And the next complaint on my timeline was that she is a corporate Democrat, that she accepts money from billionaires and political action committees. But she's already sworn off corporate donations to her campaign.
That's facts. That's facts.
I know she accepted that kind of donation last year or whatever, but she's sworn off all of that now. However, if that is your complaint against her and the reason why you're voting for Tallarico instead, then we have to note that he accepted money from the Sands PAC, which was backed by one of the richest billionaires in the Republican Party.
Uh-oh.
Now, In this instance, I don't think that there's necessarily a problem with that. But more importantly, if that was your reason for why you're voting for him instead of her, and now that you know that it's the other way around, where he still accepts PAC money, where she won't anymore, but you still won't change your vote, then we know that wasn't the real reason, implying what the real reason probably is.
Oof, oof.
Another comment on my timeline accused her of telling Hispanics to go to work in the fields because black people were done picking cotton. But what she actually said was,
so I had to go around the country and educate people about what immigrants do for this country, or the fact that we are a country of immigrants.
Right.
The fact is, ain't none of y'all trying to go and farm right now. Okay, so I'm lying. Raise your hand. You're not. We done picking cotton. We are. You can't pay us enough to find a plantation.
so no, she did not tell Hispanics to go work in the field. She didn't specify any ethnicity. But what she did say was that since white Americans won't do that work that we need to have done, then Congress should allow migrant workers from wherever to work legally as they have previously always worked illegally. Because, right or wrong, our agricultural system has become dependent on migrant workers. We could fix that, and we should. But the first step is to allow migrants or anyone else to work under those conditions.
Oh, okay. I'm glad you said that, right? Yeah. As somebody who work in agriculture, and I'm not a farmer per se. I ranch, not farm. Mental health needs to be an issue, needs to be addressed among the people in the agricultural sector. Healthcare, since there's no community hospitals, no rural hospitals, that should be addressed. Yeah, so things like that should be addressed concerning people who are ranchers and farmers. That's why though that's why they sell the farms to corporate to corporations who put poison in y'all's food. Anyway, keep it moving.
If they want to. Also, not everyone Hispanic heritage is necessarily a migrant. Many were born and raised here and are Asians. Now, I don't vote for the one that I think looks like they're going to win. That I think would be a fundamental misunderstanding of the democratic process and the point behind it. I vote for the one that I think should win, and it would be the best choice for the job. The Republican side is moving from bad to worse at a time when it's getting hard to even imagine getting worse. However, both of the Democratic candidates are actually good, maybe better than we've ever had for this district. They're both vastly better than any Republican, period. But we are forced to make a choice that I would rather not make. Being forced to make that choice, I think that Jasmine would be a little bit better than James. Don't tell me how the Republicans are afraid of Tallarico. I know they're afraid of Crockett, and I can see why. Our politics have already been polarized enough with us having to vote against what is literally a cabal of Nazi pedophiles. How did we get here? But it's not always that extreme. There are no perfect candidates either. So stop even looking for that. We're just looking for our best options, people. I voted for Crockett. I like Crockett a lot. She's a rock star. And I also think that she would be the best choice, not just now, but years from now. However, if she doesn't win, then I know that she and I will both vote for Tallarico against whatever repugnant can come November. But I hope that the primary goes the other way, such that Tallarico and I can both vote for her.
Okay. So, let's get out of that. Yeah, okay. Yeah. I'm going to hopefully I'm gonna take a vacation day. I'm gonna try to get off for the election. I'm gonna live stream the election results. I hope I get my I'm gonna get my wait, hold on. What the hell did Queen just say? Listen to the white man. Oof. Listen to the white man. Hopefully I'm gonna try to get off for the election. Hopefully I keep it unless do the live stream, and I'll keep the live stream up, and you just come over here and do it. Either way, you know, I'm not sure if I'm going to be. I'm gonna try to get off. I'm gonna try to get off from work and do the if the Lord said the same, I'm gonna get off from work on Tuesday and try to at this point I want Jasmine Crockett to win. Okay. Um. Okay. Okay. Good. Okay. Good. Because I want that to be the because I need to be off for that. Plus I was on MOT's channel earlier, like an hour ago or so, and I said I'm going to Democratic Party state convention because I'm gonna push. Like I said, you know what? I'll be quiet. Let me quiet on that. Let me quiet. I said too much. I said too much. There's some things I don't like that I want to see pushed. And there's something that's very troubling that I think that the Democrats are not talking about that they need to address. I just got his notifications when I because I was just around I was messing around on YouTube and I noticed he was live and I said, oh, let me go over here and see what's going on. And I see Stanley on the panel. Shout out to Stanley. Hold on. Let me do this for Stanley. Shout out to Stanley. Shout out to Stanley Cross, by the way. Shout out to Stanley Cross. I'm going to go and reconnect and see what happens. Okay. All right. You're going to unsub and reconnect. Yeah. See, yeah. But hold on. Let me say this again to Stanley Cross. Based on his performance last week. Shout out to Stanley Cross. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm petty. I'm petty. Shout out to Stanley Cross. He deserved a round of applause. All right. Stanley Cross deserved a round of applause for that. You know what? Fuck it. I'm going to clap again. Slow clap on the fairway. Okay. I'm going to slow clapping on the fairway. So, you know what? Speaking about the fairway, I need to go and find my mother's PSP because she had the what's his name, the golf player. I want to play that golf game again. I remember I took it from her. Said, wait, where's my PSP? Yeah. I'm going to play that game because I was addicted to Tiger Woods. I was addicted to that Tiger Woods golf game. I don't know how or why I was addicted to it, but I was. And I'm not even a golf fan like that. I'm not even a golf fan. I got hooked on that game because I was going to get the ultimate. I was close of getting the ultimate golf club and the gloves because each level you get the upgrade to I was gonna get to the golf clubs and the gloves. You know, every time you accomplish a level, you buy you buy a new upgrade, and yeah. So so anyway, um hopefully I'll be here Tuesday night. I'm gonna try to get my black ass off from work. Uh, I'm gonna go to work early, and I'm gonna clock out in 2 hours. I will spend my vacation hours, and then I'm gonna come back home, and I'm gonna hopefully I do that um, to review the election results. I rather okay. Thank you, Queen. Thank you. He needs to take his ass right back to where he came from. Thank you, Queen, for timing him out. All right. I don't got time for that shit. Um, yeah. That's what I want to do. I want to pick. I do not want to pick CNN. Um, I want to pick a local news like um who won that fight? The fight between whom? What's she talking about? Who won that fight? I heard somebody want to watch a boxing fight. I'm not sure. Oh yeah, you know what? Tomorrow, click. Oh, the Shields versus. I'm not even. I hadn't checked it out, so I don't know. You know. Oh, I heard that Michael B. Jordan was called a nigger, the N word, at the reward show. When was this? Last night. Um, he was called the N word last night, uh, and shout out to Super Sly for covering that news story. You know, yeah. I decided not to talk about it. Oh, you heard that? Oh, okay, you heard that? Oh, okay. Oh, Shields won. Okay. Yeah, I'm not familiar with that. Um, I haven't really been close watching boxing anymore, or any type of MMA type martial arts. Yeah, yeah. TD. They said they claim he has Tourette's. Um, they claim he had Tourette's. Yeah, okay, whatever. Oh, somebody was trying to get at Trump earlier. Uh, this a white man with glasses. They sent him to the upper room because he came at Trump with a shotgun. You try to go into Margaret, what's it called? Uh, yeah. He was trying to go to Mar. Yeah. So yeah, he met. Yeah, they sent him to the upper room. Because he's trying to enter Trump's little what's that place called? Mar-a-Lago. I said, damn, another one? Shit. Yeah, like damn, another one. There's some white man who wear glasses, man. Yeah, they sent him to the upper room. They ain't give him a chance. They sent him to the upper room. With Jesus come. Yeah, man. That sent him to the upper room. Yeah. So yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna get off of here. Thank y'all for coming. Um, I'll definitely. I'm gonna try to be here on Tuesday to cover the election. I'm trying to remember which news company should I use. Because I don't want to do CNN, right? I don't want CNN or Fox. I think I want to do the Austin Statesman. Um, if they have a YouTube channel, I think if they have a YouTube channel, I'll use them or the San Antonio Express. Uh, right, 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 right. Right. Yeah. 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 But you know what? Shout out to Jordan. Shout out to Michael B. Jordan. And shout out to I forgot the other actor's name. They just sit there. They heard it and they was like, oh well. They went ahead and did their thing. They heard what was said because they heard it and then they went right on back to the focus. And did the award show. You know. It was weird that it says I got timed out. Huh? Hmm. Okay. So, but anyway, thank y'all for coming. I'm gonna try to be here Tuesday night. For the analysts, to analyze what's going on. I'm gonna try to use local news rather than using cable news because they're more closer to home and everything. Yeah, facts. Tourette's folks, stay talking trash. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So, oh, shout out to DJ Witch Doctor over there, Not for Humans channel. Shout out for him over there because that was funny over there last night. That was funny over there last night. And you know what? I wasn't even timed out. There was no bounties on my ass over there. I was like, no, that was weird. I've been up there for like over 2 hours, and not a bounty was made. Thank God. You know. But Jay Prince was saying some crazy shit on that panel though. I was like, oh my God, I know, I'm not hearing this shit talking about light skinned women. You know what? Let me leave that alone. Because he was trying to do that colorism shit and yeah. Anyway, let me get off of here. Let me get out of here, and I'll see y'all next time. And right. It was bad. It was just him, Daryl Long. Who else was on that panel? Ism was on that panel. Yeah, it was just. Yeah. It was. All I had to do was bury my head. I just buried my head like, oh my God, I'm listening to all this foolishness. My God, it was bad enough with Jay Prince and with Daryl Long. Yeah, with those two. Then you added Sir Ism in it. Yeah. That was a cocktail of effery. That was a cocktail effery right there, man. Yeah, it was bad with one, but man, you want to triple the threat? Yeah. But anyway, let me get off of here. I'm gonna round this off for an hour. So thank y'all for coming. And I'll see y'all next time, hopefully in the morning. I'm out. Peace.
I am not here to debate with anyone. I have devoted all of my adult life to this subject. I only debate with my equals. All others I teach.